Hey, you guys, as you all have known, just recently I was blessed with the opportunity to be flown to Tokyo, Japan for Tokyo Couture Fashion Week. I had the opportunity to walk for designer Archie Brown. She goes by Archie Brown Designs on Instagram if you want to check her out and check out her work. I started all the way from the beginning, from when I first received my passport up until I boarded the plane and arrived to Japan to share my journey with you all. And hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's quite lengthy. So I'm here at the airport in Dallas at this moment, and Dallas has a huge airport, you guys. It was my first time flying out of country, so I wanted to make sure I got lots of pictures, tried different food places that's not in Savannah. I heard so much about Whataburger, so I had to see what the hype was about. So I will say, Whataburger, I'll give it like an 8.5 out of 10. It was good for what it was for fast food. I did enjoy that lemonade that they gave me. I flew alone. So this was my first time going anywhere alone, but then out of country. So it was kind of like a mind-blowing experience. I started on American Airlines and then transferred to Japan Airlines. And Japan Airlines, they spoiled me. I love Japan Airlines, you guys. They give you the pillow, they give you the headphones, they give you the covers. And of course, I used the chopsticks for food because I wanted to try something new. I mean, they gave you lunch, breakfast, dinner, dessert, snacks in between. I mean, I haven't had any airlines that's done that for me. The TV that they had told you how much time you had left to fly, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, the bathrooms on the plane, I know we working with limited room, but it was a very small. I mean, I was bumping into everything. But I never had been on a plane long enough to have to use the bathroom. So, I mean, it was clean, so I will give it that. That there that you see was like an egg casserole. And like when you opened the egg, it was like ham and cheese. It was really good. Right here is the economy class on Japan Airlines, and here is the first class. And they had like a little capsule they can sleep in, which was pretty cool. And then I made it to Haneda Airport, and I had to go through customs, and I had to show my passport, got my little stamp to show that I went to Japan. And then at this point, I'm headed to the hotel. I was staying at the Appa Hotel Roppongi 6. For what it was nice. You had to scan your passport in order to register and get checked in. I had never been into a hotel where you had to use your room key to have the lights on. So everything was pretty much operated by the room key. If that room key was not in there, no lights, no TV, nothing would be on. So I did a little check of everything, and it was nice. It was clean. And I was just like, wow, everything is kind of small. I feel like it's, for hobbits. But anyway, I adored the crane. People that know me know I love origami, so I was happy to see the little crane beside the bed. They had all the little necessities that you needed in the bathroom, from hair ties, shavers, toothpaste, toothbrush. They even had Q-tips for your ears. They had shower caps. I mean, they literally had everything that you would need there. They had a recycle, and they also had trash. And I noticed over in Japan, they are very big on recycling. And, America needs to catch up. We got to catch up, you guys. And for their toilets, they got the little bougie toilet that, splash cleans your private parts if you want to. So, which I thought was pretty cool. No, I did not try it out. I just hop in the shower, you guys. This here is the control for the air condition, to turn the lights on and off, and a little area to plug your phone. They had a refrigerator, which was nice to have, to put my little stuff in there. And there is my little stamp that I told you about on my passport. I was so excited. That was my first look for when I first arrived into Japan. And, of course, I had to get me some cute little pictures and selfies. And this day here, is the morning of the show. So the call time was 9 a.m. So I'm getting in the elevator and I'm headed downstairs to head to the Meiji Kinnikin, which is where the show took place. And, it was so nice. They had the officers out there, the flags flying when you first come in. It's a very, very, very beautiful venue, and we had our first little rehearsal. So all of the models and got the photography team setting up, production moving around. So you'll see some luggage at first, and then we moved everything over to the fitting room once we finished our rehearsal. But everybody got to do one little walkthrough just to get a feel of where they would be walking at. And you guys tell me what you think. How do you think I did? I felt like I did what I came to do. And here, I didn't get a good picture of it, but I was trying to get pictures of the Tokyo Couture Fashion Week sign and just little pictures that caught my attention while I was there. So for this collection that Archie Brown did, it was an anime themed collection. So for me specifically, I was Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball Z in an evening gown. Her take on what Chi-Chi would have looked like in an evening gown. So you guys tell me, what do you think about her take on Chi-Chi? I'm gonna be honest, I was never a huge fan of the color blue. I don't have many outfits that are blue, but after this show, I'm definitely adding blue to my wardrobe. I never knew that I was sleeping on this color. And then when I was at the show, I ran into these little girls who wanted to get a picture with me. The one girl with the fur coat, honey, told me she wanted to be a model, and as you can see, she is ready. I got to meet so many nice people at the show, and this was definitely an experience to remember, and I'm forever grateful for this opportunity. And like I said, the venue was just beautiful. I made sure to try to get some footage of it while I could. The makeup team and the hair team, I mean, they were amazing. They could do pretty much anything that you put in front of them. They were able to create that look, and that was pretty cool, seeing some of the creative looks that they came up with for the other fashion designers collection. And then, of course, I had to get pictures behind the scenes where all the chaos takes place. Backstage is woof. I mean, clothes thrown everywhere. I got to meet these beautiful girls here and the beautiful Miss Charnel. I got a quick little video while I was backstage before I took those heels and dress off, because at the end of the day, your feet is aching and you're ready to get out those tight dresses. I was able to get a few pictures, but unfortunately, due to my short stay, I wasn't able to really venture out. But I do plan to go back at my own expense and check out the countryside. I want to go and visit where the geisha are. I want to see something outside of the city. And, of course, where I was, it was more city-like, but I would like to actually get more into the culture of Japan. And at this moment, we're going through a parking garage, which is huge and probably the best looking parking garage that I've ever seen. America, once again, needs to catch up because, honey, they got it going on. I felt like I was in an underground city. And then they also have like elevators for the cars, which is insane. This is at the Grand Hyatt Tokyo. So I came here because I'm actually shuttling from the Grand Hyatt Tokyo to the Narita Airport. So it's cheaper. So if you're traveling at your own expense and you're responsible for your travel, going to the airport by shuttle saves you a lot more money than Uber or taxi. So it was like probably a total of $25 just to get to the airport, versus it would have been about $50 to $60 if I would have had caught a Uber ride. And while I was on the bus, I was just getting some of the scenery. I mean, it's beautiful. The architecture there is just amazing. And at this point here, I have arrived to the Narita airport after shuttling there, and my stay at Japan has come to an end. So now I am at the Narita airport getting ready to board EVA Airways to head back to Savannah, Georgia. And I will say the Narita airport is huge, 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 huge. They have so many stores and so many restaurants that you can eat at there and shop at. I saw a lot of name brand stores that caught my attention. They had Gucci, they had Tiffany and Co. They had Hermes. I mean, they had a lot of even Chanel. They had a lot of name brand stores that you could shop at, which I was surprised would be at an airport. I was very surprised to see at the airport they had a payphone. And I haven't seen payphones in a while. So I thought it was cute and got a little picture of their payphone. And I did try something new while I was there. I believe it's called Ungdung noodles. So I did try the noodles, and I will admit the bowl probably was still the same way it was when I first got it. What's for some isn't for all. I did board EVA Airways on my flight back home. That was my first flight, connecting me to JetBlue. And their food, I will say it was okay. It definitely did not compare to Japan Airlines. Japan Airlines is definitely my top flight. They're number one in my book for sure. Then at the JFK airport in New York, we were greeted by a flock of birds. So yeah, that caught me off guard because I heard the tweeting and then look up and see a bunch of birds flying over my head. So yeah, I guess they were waiting for a flight as well. Thankfully, the plane came and saved the day. As you can see, that's Savannah right there, our little swamplands. And it was nice to get off the plane and see our mayor greeting us as a welcome home. And I never realized that the Savannah Hilton Head Airport had an art gallery. As many times as I flew out of there, I never paid attention to it. So I was like, hey, I got time on my hands, and I decided to go inside and check out the airport art gallery and see what it's about. And that concludes the art gallery and my trip to and from Japan. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman.